audience. LoveLine may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised. 2, 1, go! Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. LoveLine, coast to coast.
Hey, everybody, it's LoveLine. I'm Adam Carolla. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Dr. Drew, board-certified physician, addiction medicine specialist. Dicky Barrett is our guest tonight. A dear friend, of course, from the Mighty Mighty Bosstones. A Jackknife to a Swan is the name of the new CD. It is out as we speak. We will hear stuff off of that CD. We will give you some tour dates. And if you've not seen the Mighty Mighty Bosstones and they're coming to a town near you, do yourselves a favor and see this band. This is the most fun you're going to have at a concert. Always a good time, the Bosstones. Dicky's great. The horns are great. You got, what's-his-nose dancing there. He's which I can never get over.
Yeah.
Just a great band, great fun, and they got some good dates coming up, so I'm going to give you those shortly. Dicky is in town for a couple days, and because he's a dear friend of the show, whenever he's in town, he comes by and pays us a visit.
It's good for my head.
Really?
An introduction like that, you know.
Well,
I'm good now.
You know,
we'll see you then.
Dicky's
good night, everybody.
Dicky's a classic example of how you should go through life. As I've said before, I met Dicky at K-Rock Weenie Roast about 7-8 years ago when I was a nobody.
And back then you put the weenie in the weenie roast, really.
I was the weenie that they spoke of at the weenie roast. I walked into the Bosstones van, no judgment. They handed me a beer. I sat down. No one knew who I was. They were cool. They came on the show 6 months later or so. We got along great.
And we're like, hey, that's the dude that drank our beer.
And now he won't return the phone calls. Dickie calls.
Ridiculous.
No, he's
Untrue.
huge. It's untouchable. We actually.
I always call Dicky back.
I'd like to play tracks from your new album. We got that the other day in Philly. That's pants pit funny. Really, that Billy West guy's hilarious.
You know, the Crank Yankers unedited comedy CD, the best of the Crank Yankers, is the #1 comedy CD in the country. Are you aware of this?
Surprise,
Not that it takes much. You're up against Carrot Top and Jim Brewer.
Yeah.
And a couple of Lenny Bruce
No,
albums.
the Bathroom Wall album from that Saturday Night Live guy everybody's crazy about.
Really? Which one?
What the guy who hosted the MTV Awards, which guy is that?
Oh, that's...
You're in the business. Help me out. I'll help you out with the bands.
Jimmy Fallon. Yeah. But I
You're
think...
beating that record?
I think... I was told, and let me tell you something about this business. You always thought there'd be stuff, but there's not. Like, We've won syndicated show of the year maybe 2 times, maybe 3 times
over the last
but
we've never
6-7 years.
Any
I've
proof
never
of that.
seen a plaque or anything. Have you?
No.
I mean, producer Ann comes by once every 3 years and says, "Hey, by the way, we got syndicated show of the year." But I never hear anything from the program director or the station manager. Producer Ann gets pissed when you ask her to bring the plaque in so we could see it. I'm not so sure. I don't know if we have or not. I mean, Drew, have you ever seen any?
No. Can't say
I saw it.
You saw
really?
it. Anderson saw it.
It exists, yeah.
It exists.
Why is there only
Where
one?
is it?
Why isn't there one for each host? You know?
Why is there? We
your
don't even know
dad.
that there's one.
Wouldn't it look nice? And you don't even know about the one.
No,
I
we
we
haven't
a
seen
stack
the-
of papers.
We
on
haven't
his
seen-
desk.
They haven't even
on
let you
Instagram.
guys go by K-Rock yet.
No,
I've been there once.
I'm just
That's,
saying.
that's the truth,
The
right?
new one that has got through. I went
That's
there about
unbelievable.
3 weeks ago to do Kevin and Ben.
I'm just saying this business, I thought if you had the #1 comedy CD that people'd be asking for interviews.
Adam.
I'm not even so sure. Just Jimmy told me
The
a
puppets.
couple
Do you
days
think
ago.
the puppets have plaques?
The puppets have T-shirts at least.
Yeah.
I think you can buy those somewhere. I probably have to buy some.
Hawaii.
Yay! Yay!
I want to go to Hawaii.
Oh man!
Play
I stood next to that.
This is Supervisor Willie.
I sat next to that Jim Florentine for 4 hours while he talked like a retard the other day in Vegas, and I scrawled things. You know what ends up happening? I end up becoming a cheerleader because the guy's retarded, so you can't really write jokes because you can't say anything that's too funny. But he's calling up and he's calling like cafeterias. He's going, "I like chocolate pudding, yay, yay!" And a few minutes goes by, and you point to the pudding sign and wave your arms up and down, and he goes, "Yay, yay!" And you go like, again, pudding, yay, yay! Dance around like you're coaching a guy who's pretending to be retarded.
Yeah.
That's bad. That's a slide.
That's why you make the big bucks.
That's why I make the big bucks. But
What are you
anyway, enough about crank yankers and me. I want to talk about the Bosstones. Dicky, you guys are playing at the House of Blues coming up here on the Thursday, November 21st. Oh, what day is that? You know what day that is? We got to figure out what day that is because we're going.
Thursday.
Oh, Thursday. Sorry. All right. True, I got to get some sleep.
Yeah, evidently.
Because usually we never get the date. I mean the day. We just get the date.
Yeah.
Thursday sucks.
So-
you have to move that to Friday.
Why is there? Oh, because
We
it's
do
a
this.
working day.
Yeah, we
guys
got to
do this
work
stuff.
here. Yeah, you gonna play any other clubs in
Why don't
town?
you take the show down to the House of Blues? Let's get crazy.
Ooh, what an
Yeah.
idea.
Why
Why don't you
not?
talk to your buddy Kevin Weatherly? Maybe we can...
I don't see how we could stop you.
All right, it's never gonna happen now.
Oh, come on.
I'm gonna give some dates out later
I'm
on.
gonna talk. I'll
tour
talk to
dates.
Weatherly.
Right.
All right, let's see what we can do about that.
From the House of Blues. And callers, call in and say we want to hear the LoveLine show from the House of Blues with the Bosstones.
Yay! Yay!
That's a good idea. That's how I'll get you to win the Boston show, Drew.
Mindy?
Hell or high water.
Yep.
You're 23. What's
I
up?
got to do this stuff. I
Hey.
forgot about this.
Well, I just had a quick question. I've been married for 5 years, and my husband is not into sex as much as I am. He'd rather get it like once a month, and I'm ready like 5 times a day.
Are you really
Every day.
at 5 times a day, or is it just you're thinking about it
Yeah.
5 times a day because he's down to once a month?
Well, I used to do it a whole bunch before I even got married.
With him?
No, with other ex-boyfriends, and I'm not used to not getting it. I'm not used to getting it less.
Why'd you marry this guy?
I fell in love with them and ended up getting pregnant at 18 and got married.
I think the pregnant 18 part is
Yeah.
the answer there, right?
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah.
It's always the one that comes last.
Yeah.
I mean, the answer that comes last is the real answer. Like when a guy goes, "Oh, she's smart. She loves animals. Huge cans." You know, it's always they should always slide that around and just put it first because that's the number one answer.
Leave it, yeah.
Mindy,
Yes.
how many partners, how much sex were you having before 18?
Well, every single partner that I've ever had would probably be a total of 5. I can count on one hand.
Uh-huh. And okay, you can count on one hand, but if you got to count the nails and the knuckles separately.
No.
Okay, so yeah, I kind of agree with Drew though. Maybe you just want it all the time because you know you're just going to get it once a month, and if he gave it to you good in the morning, you wouldn't be so hot for it in the afternoon.
But see, like when I go to bed, I'm like in the mood every time I go to bed. I could totally get it
Okay.
every time.
Does he know? Does he know you feel that way?
Oh yeah.
And what
He
did he?
just says, his excuse is always I'm either tired or I don't feel good or my stomach hurts.
Has anything happened since the child was born?
Like what? What do you mean by
I
that?
don't know.
Packed on a little weight, had your vagina and anus become one. Bruce
No,
spoken of that before.
I probably put on about 10 pounds since I've had my daughter.
All in the vagina?
Is he
No.
freaked out
I
about
see.
you being a mom?
No, I mean, he thinks I'm a really good mom,
Is he
and
f-
he's a really good dad.
Is
I
he
mean, I don't
freaked out
think that's...
about being married at all? After I got married when he was 18, maybe it's too much, too early.
No, I think, what was he? He was 21.
It's still,
was
he
18.
was young. And he's a little
Yeah.
freaked out about that.
Well, so why don't you just tell him, look, this is ridiculous. You're going to need it more than once a month. Because it sounds like he's kind of pulling out of this thing. Is he not wanting to spend time with you?
I've asked that a lot, and, I've asked if there's something that I could do to spice it up.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, he's always saying that's not what it is. It's not what it is.
That's also not the
so
question.
good.
Wait a minute, Minnie, that is not the question. The question is, can he meet you halfway somewhere? Not spice it up. It's like, hey, you have a certain amount of need. It's fine. He's got to come up a little bit. He's got to meet you somewhere. It's not about spicing it up. It's not making it okay for him. It's about him getting his act together a little bit. And
Does he like watching?
I don't understand. I mean, because I thought most men liked that.
Yeah,
Like that
most
in a way.
are, but you may have got the one that isn't.
we're actually, I'm bewildered. But I mean, something's wrong with the guy. He's on medication.
No, he's trying to become a firefighter.
Is he doing drugs and alcohol?
No, not at all.
Well, hold on a second. Let me talk to Drew. First off, he got married early.
Yeah.
He could be checking out.
Yes. He could be having an affair.
No, if he's having an affair, he's trying to keep things normal at home. He doesn't want her asking questions.
Yeah.
She put on 10 pounds. That means 20 pounds. And maybe it's not as attracted to her, but maybe he's just kind of checking out.
Hmm.
She
The
sounds
affair thing, though, that's not out of the question either.
not out of the
It
question.
could be one of those things he's in love with someone else.
That's
And
possible.
feels like he's cheating on that person by having sex with his wife.
Mindy,
Is
Yeah.
that crazy?
could he be in love with somebody else?
I don't think so. he's only slept with one other person besides me, and I mean, he treats me like he really does love me.
All right.
Not like he's sleeping with somebody else or he's
All right.
in love with somebody else. I mean, he really truly acts like he does love me.
Well,
But
does he like to watch porn?
no.
Ooh,
No.
Adam, sorry.
Well, hold on now. What? Maybe he has a tumor. Why doesn't?
I mean, he doesn't like a lot of guys like to watch it all the time. He doesn't want to watch it every single day. He likes to watch it, but not.
Why don't you go out and buy? Listen, here's what all you chicks need to do. This is it. Instead of doing that whole spice it up thing where I'm going to look like a French maid, except for I'm going to look like a fat French maid.
That spice it up is not the issue for a guy, ever, really.
No, but I'll tell you what a guy's version of spice it up is, besides being able to have sex with other people. is spice it up as you can get with and still have sex with you, is go get a porn movie, put on the porn movie, fire it up, let the guy enjoy it, give him a BJ, and take it from there. That's about as good as you're going to do. That whole trail of rose petals to the tub nonsense.
Zero.
Worse than a zero.
Yeah, it's a negative.
I mean, if I came home and saw a trail of rose petals, I'd be like, oh, Christ.
I got to clean this mess up.
This is, no. I'm going to have to do something in that tub. I'm going to have to cuddle. There's going to be some caressing going on.
You got to get out the shop vac later.
There's going to be some... This is a disaster. Yeah, but the porn movie and the BJ, I think if the guy ain't going for that, then either he's gay, he has a tumor, or he's not attracted to you at all.
So you put 10 pounds on top of what, is what I'm curious about. It's an extra 10 pounds, but what was the starting point?
That's a good
But
point.
be that as it may, listen, he could have a medical problem. He
might not have been attracted to her in the beginning, not to
Mindy?
We haven't asked what their rhythm was like at the beginning.
Mindy, what are your dimensions?
What are my dimensions? Well, I weigh about, before I got pregnant, I weighed about 175, 180, and put on 10 pounds from that.
Oh, 10 pounds.
I'm 5'8".
I hadn't even noticed 10 pounds. Okay. You blow your nose, you lose 10 pounds. All right, so 5'8". All right, so what are you about? We say about 200 now, right?
About 190, 192.
All right, well, maybe you could bring it down a few pounds.
I'm actually trying really hard right now because I figured that might have been it, but, I mean, I'm so willing to... I want to make love so bad sometimes that I go downstairs and I'll give him a BJ. It doesn't
matter to him?
I'll do that sometimes just to get him hard. But sometimes he's just like, no.
Ooh.
Oh, boy.
All right.
Oh, man.
Cannot have.
All right, well, listen, Mindy.
Yeah.
Lose those couple of pounds for you, even if you're angry at him, and then you guys got to get into some counseling on behalf of the kids.
I think so. Something's not right.
I think you had a good point there. That 10 pounds was on top.
And how many times was he hitting her before the marriage?
I don't know. They said they had something going on before.
Not once a month.
Yeah, it's slacked off a little, and maybe she's become. I mean, look, your mama now. The kid's crying in the background. You're 195. I could see it slowing it down a little bit.
And I'm willing to bet she doesn't want it 5 times a day. She only thinks she does.
Greg?
Hello?
You're 15?
Hi.
What's up?
I just want to say to Dicky really quick, I met you at the Warped Tour.
Hey, Greg.
Seaside Park, Ventura.
Where were we?
Seaside Park, Ventura.
Ventura.
Oh, Ventura, California. Okay.
Yeah, I had the Murphy shirt on. You were really cool. You signed my CD and everything.
All right.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay, Dr. Drew and Adam, I've been listening for about 3 years. You guys are awesome.
Great, thank you.
Resounding enthusiasm.
Okay, a really quick question for Drew.
Yeah.
I took an anatomy class over the summer, and the teacher brought up something about a bulbourethral gland.
Yeah.
Which secretes like some kind of mucus that protects the urethra from sperm, or from the urine. Protects sperm from the urine.
It just keeps it sort of lubricated, basically.
And, well, they said it protected it from, like, the pH of urine.
Yeah.
And I was telling this to my friend, and he said, well, so that means if you ejaculate in a girl, you can piss in her after, and she won't be pregnant.
No. Doesn't work like that.
Yeah, but it couldn't hurt.
Nice idea.
Couldn't hurt. That's my policy.
And it's fun.
Wait, you said on her, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's always been my policy.
You were scaring me for a minute there. I thought our fans were smart, and then the piss thing put it right back. That's the fans I know. There you go.
And he's also talking about a BJ, by the way.
Yeah. You made me nervous. It wasn't the kid I knew in the Murphy shirt.
So what about...
That's my boy.
Well, what about that, Drew? It's not contraception, but... Does it help?
It probably helps, but it doesn't really help enough. You know what I'm saying? It only takes a few drops of sperm to really get through.
What if you would urine if urine battled sperm, who would win? This is like the old thing with Spider-Man and Superman.
Yeah, I think sperm would probably ultimately
Sperm would
prevail.
beat
Pure numbers.
What if you do what I do, which is you urinate all week in a Hudson sprayer and you pump it up? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
you know
yeah.
the Hudson sprayers?
Yeah.
Yeah, pump it up top and then really give it a dousing of urine.
Inside the vagina?
Oh, yes.
What's the ratio you're talking sperm to pee?
Yeah, I mean,
he's talking about flooding the vagina with pee.
Yeah.
I'm talking about urine irrigation
up
of the
against
vagina.
10 cc's of
sperm.
white stuff.
Yeah,
I
don't even know if I do 10 cc's anymore.
All sperm has to do is get
because I'm not in love.
Has to cruise up that cervical os.
Sure, you didn't get that one, did you?
No,
No.
Good,
All right.
70s rock. It's classic rock humor.
10 cc's to sing. I'm not in love.
Very good.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Tom.
Yeah.
You're 43.
Yep.
Yep.
I signed up for an online dating service.
All right.
Answered the questions about me, questions about the sort of woman I'm looking for, posted a picture. They gave me my matches. I send off emails to them, and I never hear from anybody. I wondered if these things are just no good or if there's something wrong with what I wrote.
Calling all nerds. When's were you ever married?
Nope, I haven't been married.
Never been married. So never been much of a dater?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you have?
Yep, I just wanted to try the online thing this time.
All righty. And have you had serious relationships?
Yeah, just got off a 1.5 year one.
All right. And that was how long ago?
We broke up about 2 months ago.
How's your picture look?
Well, if you can get on the internet, you could look at it. But
Right. But how's your picture look?
well, good.
Looks good.
Yep.
What, missing any teeth? Funky rims on your glasses? Pork chop sideburns? Anything weird?
I look kind of like a brown-haired version of Drew.
What were the matches like?
Oh, you're adorable then.
You're hot.
My brown-haired Drew.
Who were the guys? Am I hair brown still? Who were the women you were sort of hooking up with?
These women that live around the same area I do.
I understand, but were they exceptionally attractive or successful?
Oh, but they're pretty much a range. I picked out about 12 of them.
Well, let's hear what your ad says.
But you
I
understand?
think we can punch it up.
He picked out what he wanted, and undoubtedly 4 billion other guys wanted those same ones.
Right.
And
of course.
so you send all your email instead of 12,000 other guys, and they pick the ones they wanted.
It's out of his league, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should pick the ones Drew wants you to pick, not the ones you want. But do you have your cover sheet?
Yeah,
You
you
have
want me
that.
to read this?
Yeah, let's hear it.
It says, I want to use this service to find women with interests compatible to mine, go on some dates, get to know each other, and if it works out, develop a long-term relationship. I like outdoor activities, like mountain biking. I live near the beach.
Boring. All right.
Johnny Electric.
Yeah.
I like to take short trips and occasional long vacations. I'm funny, intelligent, patient, honest, and easy to get along with.
All right. You like
boy.
All right.
Boring, huh?
No, well, it's standard fare stuff, isn't it? I mean, I like outdoor. You know,
Yeah.
who doesn't like the outdoors? Okay, so
I didn't say moonlit watches.
Likes long vacations.
well, it's true. And what about? And everyone has a great sense of humor. What do you do for a living?
An engineer.
Engineer. What kind of engineer?
Electrical.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Where do you work?
Well, I'm unemployed.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
there you go.
All
How
the,
long you been unemployed for?
6 months.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the biggest.
It's not very attractive right
Yeah,
there.
but nobody knows that.
Yeah.
Is
Plus,
this
I
one of
got
those
plenty of
long
money
vacations?
Women can sense that kind of thing. Any man in need, it's complete rejection.
Even
Yeah.
across the internet, huh?
Yeah.
I'm
All
not
right.
needy, though. I have money.
The
You
fact that
do.
you're there means you're needy.
What kind of wheels do you have?
It's a Lexus.
Lexus. Not bad. What year?
2001.
Nice. You got the 300 or the 400 or which is it?
It's that little sport utility, RX 300.
All right. That should help you. All right. Well, listen. You gotta go for the ones that are a rung lower than what you were going for.
You think so?
Well, yeah, obviously, because, or you need to boost up your resume.
Give me an example.
Well,
Put Brad Pitt's picture up.
yeah, use someone else's picture. I mean, if you look like Drew, why don't you just go ahead and use Drew's headshot? You can probably get it off the internet.
Tell people I do talking menu board commercials.
Yeah, say that. That'll get you something. And say you're into sword fighting. And
Swashbuckler.
and you know what I would do is instead of going that standard stuff where you're trying to include everyone, like I don't like smoking, I like long walks on the beach, I just go like I love smokers and I like chicks that need like a little ass play. And what you're gonna get is you're gonna get a selected group, but you will get somebody. You know what I mean? Better to have a type,
Yeah.
and better to hit Better to really drive 2% of the population nuts rather than bore 98% of the population. Guys don't understand this. This is... I always talk about this, Drew, where the guys are out there and they're trying to sort of cast their net over the entire female populace, and they come back with nothing. Better to just go for either go rockabilly, hell, put a hood on, be a Klansman, you'll get a certain amount of tail. Kill someone and go to jail, you'll get a certain amount of ass. Pick a specific thing. Yeah. It's like Halloween, like
a demographic, really. Go for a demographic.
That's what these guys do. It's every day's Halloween. They're the rockabilly guy, they're biker guy, they're angry
Those
punk
are the winners.
Guy.
They always have the broads.
They get the punk
Hell's
dude.
Angels.
The punk dude always gets a punk chick.
Yeah.
The guy who's not punk is not guaranteed of getting anything.
Right.
He don't get the punk chick. He might not get the norms. Interesting stuff. Drew, I got to make a move here.
That's unbelievable.
This look is not cutting it. I'm going to work this out.
He still don't own a belt.
I got to get a belt. Yeah. I got to get a punk look. Dickie's going to give me one of his red blazers. We're going to get a look going. And his white pant and leather shoes.
Do you have a tattoo yet?
No tats. I'm a mess. I want to hear a Bosstones song. I know we're running late, Anderson. Come on, buddy. Bosstones are fast. Play it fast. Speed it up. It'll just be like 30 seconds. All right. We're going to take a break. Then we come back. We hear a Bosstones song after this.
We'll be right back. LoveLine is brought to you by Trojan, America's #1 condom, the most trusted for over 80 years.
Hey, yo, LoveLine. I'm Adam, that's Drew. Dicky from the Bosstones is in here tonight.
Yeah.
A Jackknife to a Swan is the name of the new CD. It is currently out, and as we promised, we're going to hear something from that CD. Anderson is queued up there, and this one is You Gotta Go. That's why we love the Bosstones.
there it is right there. Say no more.
Jackknife to a Swan. That's the CD, everybody. Go out and get it and love our Bosstones like we do. Dickie's here, and we will hop back to the phones and speak to Jen, who's 18. Jen?
Hi.
Hey.
First I wanted to say that, Adam, I love you.
Thank you. Thank you. Are you a virgin?
Yes. I am.
Adam, you can add it to your list.
Really? That you hiccuped there before you said yes. Are you really a virgin?
Yes.
All right.
It's sort of like the World Series, faking an age. World Series for Little League, I beg your pardon.
Mm-hmm.
How they fake an age. If someone were to try to sneak in as a non-virgin to your little class.
Right. There's some Dominican kid who goes 185 pounds and he drove himself to the stadium. That's right. And he claims he's 13.
That's right.
Yeah.
So you're going to need some sort of proof of folks like Jen that they are in fact virgin.
Yeah, but if you'd like me to take your virginity, I can do that. You're 18 years of age.
Yes.
You have a valid ID.
Yes.
I used to require 2 forms of ID, and then I realized one seems like enough. If there's one of those forms, I don't. If I see one and I buy it, that seems like enough. I don't need the second form. All right. So passport, ID, library card, something with your name on it.
Picture.
Like your shoes. That should just do it. You're in the San Francisco area?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll be up there in the fall, so I'll have my people contact you 6 weeks before I come into town. I'm going to need a AIDS test and a flea dip.
Jen, did you call about something else?
Yes.
Yeah,
I
about
wanted
that.
I wanted to ask about birth control, actually. I heard from my friend's doctor that it takes about a month before you should have, sex unprotected.
You heard from your friend's doctor.
Yeah, and then
How did that work? Well, how did that work?
No, my friend told me that her doctor said.
I see. Okay.
And then my other friend's doctor said that it's only 2 weeks. And now I'm not sure.
Yeah, I always tell them people go a full cycle. But you could get away with 2 weeks sometimes, but be safe, take a full cycle.
So, because I was thinking, should I just take the birth control or should I take the morning after pill? Because,
the morning after pill is not effective. Not nearly as effective as the birth control pill taken normally.
What do you got? What's
the problem?
You got a boyfriend?
Maybe, yeah.
You two-timing me?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Why can't you use a condom first time around?
We could. But I was just wondering, if...
You're only protected at about 70-80% with the morning after pill, okay?
Okay.
With the birth control pill, you're protected 99.99%.
Okay.
All right, so that's really the protection you want. But in general, the triphasic pills may be pretty safe at 2 weeks. In general, you want to wait till the second cycle.
You never hear the 90.99. It's not quite 91%.
No.
People don't bandy that one around.
No.
Somewhere there has to be statistics where something
sure.
happens 90.99% of the time, almost 91% of the time. I bet it does. I think we just don't discuss that. Logan?
Yeah.
You're 14?
Yeah, I was just wondering, how you were, talking about Christians the other night and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was just going to ask, why live life if you basically think that we're just going to die and not go anywhere? I mean, what's the point if we're just going to live and die?
Well, you make a very compelling point.
Well, no, I'm
Since we're not going anywhere, we should all kill ourselves?
Well, wouldn't you be depressed about that? I mean, why?
I am marginally depressed by it, yes.
I'm not. I'm very comfortable with that.
So you're just fine with just dying?
Well, here's the thing about just...
I don't want to die either.
What about everything else?
Well, I mean, if you ask God into your heart and stuff, then you can just go to heaven.
Right.
What about all the earthly rewards?
Yeah.
What do you mean earthly rewards?
Well, the cars, the booze, the coke, the chicks, all that stuff.
God loves you for who you are, not who you can become. So it really doesn't... you can try to give up those things, but God will still forgive you with the grace. There's no law that says, you must give up all that.
They're not saying they want to give them up.
So, yeah, you can still become a Christian, and you can still ask Jesus into your heart, and then you're just knowing that you're going to go to heaven. You may not get a lot of rewards in heaven, but you're still going to heaven, and you know where you're going. You're not
Hold on. Is there like a...
There's no rewards there. I don't want to go.
Gold, platinum, and green card...
forever in a place of eternity. Would you rather die and go to hell?
But let me ask this, and I haven't really discussed this. Once you make it to heaven? Is heaven like a hotel where there's junior suites, and a penthouse?
Basically.
Oh, so there's better places once you get into heaven? There's a heaven of heaven?
Okay, but like if you get rewards, then you have a better mansion and all this other stuff. But heaven is still going to be great for if you haven't done one thing in your life to help God. I mean, it's going to be a great place. I mean,
but then there's guys in heaven that are going to be living a better life than you.
What?
Aren't people going to get jealous?
Of course.
Don't they have problems up there?
Well, what's like?
I don't like the pecking order. I don't like the status system there.
I don't need to live in the. I don't need to be in the catbird seat of heaven. I'm just looking to make. I'm looking to slide in under the wire.
I'm in the bleachers.
Right. I want to be in the cheap seats.
Yeah.
So here's my. Well, yeah, like if this was a Red Sox game, I'd want to be the guy on top of the apartment building that's not even inside the stadium. So how do you get in? What's the minimum I got to do that?
To get into heaven?
First base line.
Right.
Ask Jesus Christ into your heart.
And I can do that at any stage?
Yeah, just ask him to forgive you of your sins and to come into your heart.
I can do that when I'm dying, though, right? Like when a pimp stabs me because I shorted one of his hoes?
Well, I guess you could at your life's death, but why put it off? I mean,
why put it off? Well, then I can have
I got a lot of good sins I still want to commit.
Yeah.
Well, you can still do that.
I'm all right. Well, great.
All right.
By your terms, it sounds good.
All right, but if I move,
you guys talk about Christians and stuff, and I know there's a lot of crazy Christians, but I mean, look at POD. They're good Christians. And they're Christians.
But hold on a second. Let me just get something straight. If I go to Calcutta tomorrow and start handing grain out to dying people, and I do that for 70 years, and then I die, I'll go to a higher level of heaven than I would have normally gone to?
If you ask God to in your heart.
Well, yeah, that's no doubt.
Okay.
Invite Jesus.
All right, Logan.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, I mean, you want to make sure you're 100% and stuff.
Jesus Christ in heaven! All right, you make a compelling point about why live if there's no heaven.
Basically what I say. I mean, you don't have to be perfect or anything. I'm just saying.
All right, takes the pressure off.
Yeah.
All right, buddy.
Okay.
A good time.
I love the show.
Thank you.
Hail Satan.
Thank you.
Logan sounds like a good kid, but I get a little offended, not by Logan, but by people in general who talk about life not being worthwhile if you aren't rewarded. Life, part of being a human and is your connection with other people,
right?
Giving back to the people, loving other. I mean, that's really the satisfaction in life. You just indulge in
good
this,
right here.
Just go do that, and then when it's over,
if it's there, enjoy it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that's part of the problem I have with the I'm not lumping people who would call themselves spiritual or even people who say they have a relationship with God, but the super zealot religious types, they're to me like the dog lovers, which is they end up liking dogs more than people, and that's the problem. It's like, boy, this guy loves animals so much. Imagine how much he's going to love people. Well, it's not really that way. They really don't like people. They love pets.
Right.
And the people who really, really, really love Jesus, I never seem so crazy about people.
No.
And if you're just going through your life, essentially, I look at the people who go through life this way, it's like me when I know I'm in a dream.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm in a dream. Oh, this ain't going to last. I'll do whatever I want. I'm going. I'm going to wake up my own bed. It's time to start pulling down tube tops and freebasing. Not in that order. That's my dream plan. I'm great. When I find out I'm in a dream, it's great. It's like, oh, man, I'm going to grab some boobs. I'm going to punch a cop. This is great. Curse out my old man. This is going to be great.
So if you were planning to go to heaven,
if I knew I was going to heaven and knew it was all sewed up, I'd get a moped. I'd put like a built big block Chevy engine in it. I wouldn't wear a helmet, and I'd just be riding around like 90 miles an hour, trying to rape women. That'd be my plan if I knew I was getting in. And I wouldn't be big fans of other people who weren't going there with me, and I wouldn't particularly try to get too close to anybody on the planet because this isn't where my real relationship lies.
Yeah.
Mine is with the big man upstairs. And I find the biggest problem is these people use God as some sort of relief valve.
Trump.
It's like they go, well, whether they're talking to an athlete, it goes, well, what about this injury, or what about you dropping the touchdown, or what about this? Well, if that's what the Lord had in mind, then that's what the Lord works in mysterious ways. All of a sudden you're not responsible for anything. You can't change anything. It doesn't matter. Why should you? We're all going somewhere anyway. Yeah, it becomes a cop-out. Why live life? Jason,
Yeah.
You're 20?
Yes, I'm 20.
You were an alcoholic. You're now addicted to buying porno mags?
Basically.
And penis enlargement?
Penis enlargement pill.
Pills.
The pills. You don't use the pump?
No, not that. I've seen that in these magazines. I've seen that.
How do the pills work?
Well, it's suggested to take them for 3 months, so I bought 3 months worth. I got them at GNC.
Have you taken them?
Yeah, I've taken a month's worth.
How's it work?
Well, it was like my sex drive skyrocketed right away.
What's in those pills?
I don't even have the box anymore.
He ate the box too. He was that horny. He wanted his penis to grow that badly. Ate the box. And yeah.
Well, I used to ride down, go out and maybe go buy a beer or something, and I still have this urge to go buy a beer.
Yeah, you're an alcoholic, of course.
I'm still an alcoholic, but I haven't drank for 6 months. But I still have these urges, and then I was like, it's completely satisfied when I go get a magazine.
Yeah.
Right.
But what does that have to do with the penis enlargement? Getting the magazine?
Well, this penis enlargement thing, they gave me this sheet of paper, and it says you're supposed to do this thing which they call jelqing.
How do you spell that?
Jelqs. Jelks.
Jelk off?
Jelk off, basically.
And what do you do? How does that exercise go? Because I'm going to try this during the commercial.
You can try this. It's you take your hand like you're doing an OK sign, and you go.
Yep. We're all doing that.
Basically like masturbating, except you use one hand and then you switch to the other hand, and you do that. It says, do it first 1 to 7 days, 300 times. 8 to 14 days.
I find it curious that he refers to that as like masturbating.
That's exactly how I do
one
it.
Hand
and why do you switch
do
hands?
These hands have to be yours?
No, I don't know. That's what the.
Well, let me ask this:
Oh
when
my
you're
God.
jelking, you do the OK sign. Are the fingers out or the fingers in toward the balls?
Yeah.
Well, you're supposed to use baby oil, so I'm usually. I'm all over the place. I'm not like a professional at it. But they show the picture of it.
I know, but do they show the picture with the fingers down?
fingers
or
overhanded or underhanded?
Adam is a pro. He needs some specifications here.
The fingers are out.
The fingers are out. Okay, so
it's like the stranger.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's that backhand.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, what are you going to do?
Well, Jason, this is not going to work. All right? Get into your sobriety.
Yeah, your sobriety is really not going well, right? You're looking for substitutes for the alcohol. You're obsessing about sex and finding ways to manage your affect other than a recovery program. You're obviously not in recovery. You don't have a sponsor. Get going.
Okay. Focus on that.
You will
focus on the
relapse
penis.
on substances,
He's
guaranteed.
going to end up in JA, Joking Anonymous, and that's
it's not
that
good.
group is an ugly group.
Let me just say this in the last 20 seconds before we go to break. We have convinced everyone in society that they can change everything about them, and I'm here to tell you, you can't. You can change. Here's the one thing you can change that no one wants to focus on is your brain.
Yes.
All the other stuff, the size of your penis, the size of your calves, the six-pack abs, make yourself taller, shorter, putting your hair back, whatever it is, it never works out.
Nor does it matter.
No.
Really, compared to changing the brain.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you're a chick and you got a big ass on you, it does matter. But you know what? Tough. You can't do anything about it. If you got big tree trunk legs and fat ankles and a big ass, that's you. That's your cut. If your guy's got a small dork, that's it. If you come in 10 seconds, sorry, that's the hand God dealt you. If you come in an hour, that's it. And we want to ask all these people, how do you do it? How do you get that penis so big? How do you
must
delay
jelk.
ejaculation? You must have started jelking at age 5. How do you get your eyes blue? How'd you get to be 6'3"? How come you didn't need braces? Why is it I brush and I get cavities and you don't floss and you eat nothing but tobacco and you actually swallow the tobacco and yet your teeth are white and you get no cavities? How, why? Genetic hand. Why do some people just die of cancer when they're 30? Should people who live to 85 write books on how not to get cancer?
People want
idiots. All of you.
People want control of everything. Whenever anybody gets sick, though, they answer.
I know.
What do you think the questions they ask me every time? Every time.
How do you avoid it?
No. How did this happen to me? How could this happen?
To me.
How could it happen? It's impossible. I'm not biological.
That's it.
That's the bottom line.
All right. Please. I should write a book on how to get your eyebrows thick.
Oh yeah,
I could hit the lecture circuit.
Oh, my God.
All right. Dicky from the Bosstones here. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Oh yeah, everybody now. Yes, I will.
Hey, this is Patricia Arquette, and you're listening to LoveLine, Dr. Drew and Adam.
Hey, everybody. That's right. That's Patricia Arquette, who drives that turbo Porsche, by the way. Drives us nuts.
What determines whether we hear a drop or not? You know what I mean?
I've never heard one.
Anderson used to drop the drops in, and then he would drop them in based on conversations we may or may not have been having about people. And it's usually something a little bit clever, like you can sort it out and get back to it. But I don't know where the Patricia Arquette one came in.
You mentioned David Arquette at one point tonight.
We did?
No, no. I finally got some new bumpers that I can work with now.
All right.
The Arquettes came by earlier today.
Yeah, well, we hang with them. David comes by, Patricia comes by every once in a while, and the most famous of all the Arquettes, Tom, the dad. No, who's the older sister? Patricia Arquette? No. That's Roseanne Arquette. Yeah. Sam?
Yeah.
You're 15?
Yeah.
You're
Dude.
Oh, by the way, Dicky from the Bosstones in here tonight. A jackknife to a swan's the name
Dicky
of the CD.
Arquette.
Wow! Go ahead, Sam.
I was wondering, if ecstasy stays in the serotonin in your backbone.
What are you talking about?
No.
Something like that.
No.
What are you talking about?
I take Wellbutrin for antidepressants, and I was wondering if, I do hallucinogenics, if that'll, what that will do.
I'm so confused.
Yeah, Sam, you've got to tell whoever the doctor is that is prescribing medication what you are up to.
Okay.
Okay, you've got to tell them all the medicines, the substances you're doing, because there's no way. First of all, they can keep you safe if you're doing all these things and taking antidepressants, and secondly, no way they can treat you properly if the causes of these depressions and whatever behavioral disturbance you're having are being either caused by or exacerbated by substance use.
Sam's 15.
Okay.
You sound depressed,
Wow.
baby. Is this Sam the baby, right? Is that Sam the dude, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. The drug's not going to help, Sam.
They may be causing the depression.
Okay.
All right. So no more of that. You're a smart person, right?
Yeah.
You do. You could do okay in school.
Yeah, I do.
You do well in school.
Yeah.
Okay. You're gonna go off to some lesbian college one day, God willing?
No.
No.
UC Davis.
UC Davis.
Gonna be a doctor, supposedly.
All right. That's what I was going to do. And then my dream of carpet cleaning came into my life. I fell in love with the carpet wine. And that's a calling, like the priesthood, the carpet cleaning.
Remember carpet cleaning the area, if you were right outside the area? You were telling me this story one time. If you go 20 miles, it's some price. But if you go 20 miles and 8 feet.
We worked for a guy named Art Fuss, who was such a colossal.
This is a good story. Have you heard this one?
No.
But I was recounting my jobs to one of my buddies the other day, and really had said, I know I've said this to you, Drew, I was punished. Somebody was punishing me for the beginning part of my life. Now I'm being rewarded, but I was being punished. I had a job at a liquor store where I delivered booze and never got a tip. And I never thought anything about it. I worked at a place called the Flask Liquor on Ventura. My first job was McDonald's. That was McDonald's, $2.35 an hour minimum wage, time to lean, time to clean, could not work the cash register, had to work the grill, and was a guy in charge of the sweep and the mop of the dining area.
Yeah.
That was my job. And don't punch in until you put your polyester gi on down in the basement, then come back up, then punch in. You don't punch in when you walk in. You put the gi on, then you punch in. That was job number one. Job number two, Flask Liquor, no tips. Hand truck, dragging cases of booze around, put 10 of them in the pool house and 5 upstairs and 4 in the downstairs bar. Not a goddamn tip from any of these rich bastards. And then the third job was carpet cleaning, where we did not get paid for our driving time, unless we made it outside of the minimum.
Right.
I worked for one of these a-hole guys who did this. And everyone listen to me, because this is going to happen to you kids too. Some jack-off is going to run some crappy business out of his junky condo in Van Nuys, and he's going to do stuff like this. Like, my boss would say stuff like, well,
I don't make
I wish I could, but A and B policy suggests it. It's like, who's A and B? It's you. You're wearing bunny slippers. We are in your goddamn living room. What do you mean policy? You got to bring it up at the next board of directors meeting? Where's that? In the head? Where is that? Is that down the hall?
I'm sorry, Adam. We can't talk about this right now.
Oh my God. This guy, like, so he had, you could drive from his place in Van Nuys over into Beverly Hills, over into Pasadena, but that was just inside of the payment for drive time thing. And this job sucked so hard. He was a generous man. He had something called the $10 minimum. You drive out from Van Nuys to Pasadena, 40 minutes on the goddamn freeway. You clean one Pizza Hut. It takes you 45 minutes. Well, you're only getting $6.50 an hour. But you know what? That falls under the $10 minimum. So you get the $10.
Check this out. I don't want to bore Drew, but one time I worked at this furniture company where we were blowing stain. My job was I worked with these 4 guys. And after the first day, they go, I was white when I started here. I was working with these 4 black guys, and they all had green uniforms on, and I thought that was, the next couple days I get my green uniform. So about midweek on this job, at lunchtime, I had gone out and I noticed a bar right down the street, and I told the crew, I go, hey, why don't we hit the bar down the street and, we'll have a couple of beers and come back. What they were doing was blowing stain on the furniture, then the 5 of us would run in there, pick up the furniture in the cloud of stain.
Right, wood stain.
Run it out and would rub it down before it dried, and that was it. So I took the guys to the bar, and they were really happy to be there, and I bought everybody a beer, and then we headed back. The next day, 3 of them were gone. And they were, I didn't know it, but they were they were working prison release, and they all got pissed that
green
night.
uniform.
Yeah, the green uniforms were prison uniforms. I'm like, hey, where's the crew? Where are my boys?
Should have been orange.
Yeah, and they go, they're mad at you. I'm like, what? They were so excited in the bar. It was the greatest day of their life. They were playing darts and.
Dicky from the Bosstones, everybody. Sorry for cutting you off.
Bad jobs for 1,000. Sorry for you.
I'm not done. We got a whole commercial break to talk. We'll be right back.
Okay, so I know there's nothing wrong with me. So what's up?
So I was like you, and I used to think that these Datelines were totally cheesy.
Why can't I meet anybody?
But I tried everything else and thought, what the hell? So I called the Dateline and actually met a cool guy.
I called the Dateline and I hooked up with some cool people.
Believe it or not, other normal people are out there looking too.
877-889-DATE.
1-800-LOVE-191. We'll be right back.
Hey, everybody, LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Dicky Barrett is here.
Yep.
Front man for the Bosstones.
Yeah, you guys missed Joe?
Yeah.
Am I better with Joe?
No, Joe.
We haven't seen Joe in a while.
No, Joe was out here last time.
No.
Yeah, Joe came last time.
Was he here last time?
Yeah.
And it wasn't that long ago.
Yeah. Joe's the anchor. Joe.
He is. He's my ace in the hole. He's my go-to guy.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah. He
keeps
really
me grounded.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have let me go off on that working in a furniture factory jag.
Yeah, you would have got a
He'd have roped me in.
Good stiff wingtip to the shin.
He'd
about
hit my
halfway
cough
into that
button.
Story.
Joe would hit my mute.
Jackknife to Swan is the name of the CD that is currently out. We'll hear another cut off of that before the night is through. Now, question for the band. Greg?
Hello?
You're 18?
Whoa, hey.
Hey.
Dicky, you're a beautiful man.
Oh, thank you very much.
Hey, I called in about 3 years ago and I had you yell for me.
Oh, yeah? Is that the one that Anderson plays all the time?
Yeah, that's me.
Wow.
There you go.
I did that for you?
Yeah.
Wow, do it again for him.
It's like Buddy Ebsen doing Wheel Doggy. Yeah.
Anderson,
do I still got it? You
again for Dicky. Come on.
I thought you were talking to Dicky, sir.
No, I was talking to you.
Dicky,
You want me to try another one? See if I still got it.
Yes.
Wah! No, I've lost it.
No.
Get another cigarette. Oh,
that's like Fonzie when he punches the jukebox and doesn't change songs.
Hey.
I should refuse to do it. I should be more like J.J. Walker and not do Dynamite anymore.
Yeah, well, when you're that funny.
Oh, man.
When you're a talent like that. Hold on.
All right, great guy.
I just huffed a butt between the breaks.
That's all right. He'll live in infamy or in perpetuity with Anderson at the button over there. One more time, Anderson.
That's the one he just did.
That was a new one. There you go.
Yeah,
Feeling
yeah,
it.
it's on.
Laden with affect.
Yeah, I'm old and jaded now. I don't think the new one's any worse. It's just you can tell I didn't do it.
Oh,
let me give you one more, Anderson. Now play the 3.
All right.
Thank you. Adam, I had a question for you.
Yeah.
All right. I'm not going to be as intrusive as Logan was, but an atheist rejects God, and you reject religion, but there's non-religious people who believe in God, and I was wondering where you stand.
I don't reject God. I just reject the notion of him. I don't believe in a God, and I'm fine if I can get some proof. Then I'll believe it. It's really like almost anything for me.
Do you look for it, or?
Well, no, I don't look for it, but if I see, a sea part or a bush burning or something, I'll perk right up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, look, to me, it gets back, everything gets back to nature. It's like, well, what about God? Well, I mean, when you see the birth of a young child, or you see a caterpillar turn into a beautiful butterfly, it's all, but it always gets back to nature to me.
Yeah, but what's behind nature?
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't, to me, the age-old argument with religion is like, well, how could this all be here? And my thing is it more feasible that somebody whipped it up? That seems less feasible to me. I understand that, volcanoes erupt and storms hit and continental barriers, sink into the sea and all, things shift and plate tectonics and ice ages and thaws and everything.
What do you mean what's by nature? It's been worked out where, where organic molecules came from, how they came together, why they create cells, what cells do, how cells come together, how many millions of years it took for different kinds of things to develop.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think it's
worked out.
It's been kind of worked out. I don't know when the Garden of Eden was around. I don't know when the first man was around, but it seems from a scientific standpoint that it's all just evolved.
Well, who propelled the evolution, though?
Who?
Or what?
I don't know, but
basic laws of physics.
Right. What does there need to be a name behind evolution, or
not only does it need
or
to
man?
Be, not only
does
it need to be a name, but it has to be just like me. That's what the
this guy with the beard.
That's the egotistical thing of the whole of religion is it's a person like me.
But maybe there's a point of maybe these things that we sort of feel that there's this force, maybe it's energy or time or gravity or one of these basic physical forces.
It's got to be human form.
I know we have that way of doing it,
yeah.
but maybe the reality is this thing we sense is some aspect of nature, some pure quality.
Basically, whatever gets you through the day. Whatever gets you to the other side, whatever makes you happy. If you want to believe in something, a reward in the afterlife, fine. Yeah.
I guess the argument that I can't stand is, what is it that will keep humanity from completely going AWOL if there's not some higher form hovering over them, willing to punish or reward? And my thing is you don't hurt other people because it's wrong. That's it. And I can figure out whether something is morally right or morally wrong without it being dictated to me.
I go by if I wouldn't like it.
Right, that's
if someone did it to me and I thought it sucked.
You want your stereo ripped off,
do it to them.
You want your laptop ripped off, you want your girlfriend screwed, you want whatever. If the answer is no, then don't do it to anybody else. And all of a sudden, we're living in a utopia. It's real easy.
You're good guys.
All right, Greg. Good times there, buddy.
I love you, Becca.
I love you, Becca.
Yeah.
All right. I'm guessing that's his old lady. Let's.
I think I'm getting better.
Yeah.
If you play it like that. I think he's hitting volume, though.
No. I think you just got closer to the mic on the third one. That's all. All right. Let's hear it one more time. The three stages in the evolution of Dicky Barrett. Yeah. Let's see if this was drawing. The first one would be Cro-Magnon Man.
Yeah. What was behind that, though? What was behind it?
I think we're waking parents up all over the place.
You can tell I'm fully erect on the last one.
Dominic?
No way. Hi.
Hey, you're 20. What's up?
Hey, yeah. Oh my gosh, like I'm really stroked out, so I'm sorry. Like I'm really nervous.
All right.
Okay. My question is that like I have a friend who's bisexual, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, like I really like her a lot, and like I want to like make it like a boyfriend girlfriend thing. But the thing is that like it's my first time, and I just don't know like how bisexual relationships are. Like one straight and the other is like bisexual.
Do you attract a lot of bisexual people to you?
Well, no, not really. It was just the first time out of nowhere. It was.
What is it about this one?
Well, this one that she's more funny. She makes me laugh, and a great sense of humor, and I enjoy her company.
Are you, and you're not
gay.
You're not bisexual
No,
yourself?
I'm the straight one.
You're the straight one.
Yeah.
Well, here's what. And how old is she?
She's 20 years old.
Here's what we've learned from this show, Dominic. You all right, buddy?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Now, Drew's shaking his head like bogus, but I just think young Dominic is nervous, perhaps.
He's laughing.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, Dominic. We
That's
don't
all right.
believe you now.
Okay.
You cracked up. Sorry, buddy. Good times. Yeah, we got to hang
That's
up on
close.
you now.
What are you gonna do?
He fooled me.
Hey, fill Dicky on this. The answers to the aphorisms for living.
All right.
All right.
Dominic?
Yeah?
We're going to hang up on you now, right?
All right.
All right. Good. Nice try. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. I like a guy, by the way, who gets busted on a bogus call and doesn't put up much of a fight.
Nah, you knew.
That's a man. Drew, so how did I break this down last night?
Just that we could.
You can pretty much get through life with
Right.
these 3 or 4 aphorisms.
Right, and we could record Adam's voice saying these things with different intonations.
We could get
and
through an entire show.
He could go home.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One is he's a big boy. That'll get you through about 80% of the conversations. You end it that way.
Yeah.
What I do about my husband, I think he's got a problem with. He's a big boy. that works. That'll work about 80% of the time. If that doesn't, now the ultimate one is, what are you gonna do? that one you can't argue with. And then Drew, what are my other 2?
Well, good times.
Oh, good times. That's an ender.
We can do
That's
that.
a capper. What are you gonna do?
He's a big. Oh, that's why it makes big bucks.
Oh yeah, that's why he or I make the big bucks.
Yeah.
So any conversation, he's a big boy. That's why he/I make the big bucks.
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? And good times. And I
Bad
think
times. They had bad times.
I'm
too.
pretty sure we could just do a cyber host experiment. That those crank calls where they record like Schwarzenegger saying like 5 things
Yeah,
from
that's
his
great.
movie,
Yeah.
and they keep a guy in the Piggly Wiggly on the line for
Yeah.
20 minutes. Basically, we could do the same thing here.
Yeah. No
What
problem.
is your name?
Yeah, and
The guy
Anderson
from-
will work that out one of these times. You want to try it? It's going to be tough. You up for that, Anderson?
I'd have to lay them all down. I don't
Well,
have to lay
all right, we'll try this social experiment tomorrow night when we don't have a guest. I'll lay him down. And we'll see if we can get through the first hour of the show with what are you going to do? He's a big boy. That's why he/I make the big bucks and good times.
We can spend the first segment doing that, laying it down.
Yeah, we'll lay it down the first segment. All right.
Hopefully, though, you won't have to show up at all at some
Yeah,
point.
it does kind of defeat the purpose if I have to show up and lay it down. Oh, but the next night.
Right, this
I
is
won't
just to
be
get it
here.
up and running.
I understand. I understand. Brad?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in the R&D phase, as we
Right,
like to
right.
say. I might work R&D phase into it, too, as one of my... That's still in the R&D phase. That'll work. Okay, those 5, we're done. You can't afford not to. Oh, yeah, that
That's
may
a
be
good
the
one, yeah.
6, yeah. Brad?
Yeah, I'm here.
24.
How's it going, guys?
Good.
Good. Hey, I went out and had a couple beers the other night and came back, had sex with my girlfriend, and orgasm came, whatever. And I got done. I had to go to the bathroom really bad. And after I got done doing the bathroom, kind of hurt. I had a clear discharge that was excreted, if that makes sense. And I'm wondering what's up with this. It kind of hurt. It's kind of like snot coming out of there, but it was clear.
Well, what are you going to do? You're a big boy. I mean, that's why you get the big bucks.
Yeah.
Good times.
Good times.
See? Drew loves that.
What are you gonna do?
You can't argue with what are you going to do.
He's doubled over.
All right. So you had some sort of mucousy discharge.
Yeah.
Did it hurt
What
when
are
you
you
pee?
gonna do?
Yeah.
Does it still hurt when you pee?
No.
It's possible that was just some sort of inflammatory discharge, like you have a urethritis. It might be, we talked earlier tonight about the bulbourethral gland, which can create a fair amount of secretion. It just kind of, it doesn't necessarily mean anything. It may be that you have a little urethritis or infection. If you continue to have any more discharge or any pain when you urinate, you ought to see a doctor right away. It doesn't have, your girlfriend might have had a vaginitis or something that you contracted. And it's not a big deal, but may need to be treated.
All right, Brad? That's why Drew gets the big bucks.
Exactly.
Good times. Let's talk
It had nothing to do with the beer, thank God.
No.
Dickie, what are you gonna do?
Yeah,
let's take a call and then we'll hear another Bosstones song. Teresa,
Yes.
27.
Yes.
You got your breasts reduced.
Mm-hmm.
And
bad times.
You want to bad times?
Bad times, no.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, see, different inflection on that one. And you want to get your nipples pierced?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I kind of consider it.
No.
No?
What size were you before?
I was a 40 triple D.
Ooh, 40. Triple D.
Yeah.
Good times.
And you know what I can't figure out? I know we get into this with the bra sizing, but there's it's A cup, B cup, C cup, and then D cup, and then double D cup, and then in some cases triple D cup. Why is there triple D cup and no double C cup and no double B cup?
I think it's pretty stupid. I don't know why they do that.
And then and you don't hear about the E cup too often. It
It's
goes
there,
to
though.
the F.
It's there.
Is it there?
Yeah, I think you can get that at like.
But this is something that men created to titillate. You know what I mean?
I think they did.
The whole scale was not created for any sort of purpose other
right.
than to sort of amuse men.
But
no, it actually means nothing. I mean, because one person could be one size, and the next person standing next to them could be the exact same size, and they would be totally different body styles, and you would, I mean,
but listen, if someone says triple D, you get the idea.
It's the same thing. You're like,
damn,
oh my God,
bitch.
is it deformed?
Yeah, and you say 40. Does that mean your back was
Well,
big?
yeah, I was bigger then. I was 18. It was about 8 years ago, and I weighed more than I do now. But I started developing when I was really young. I was probably about 10 when I had to start wearing a bra, and
Right.
so.
All right.
You know.
So now.
Well, I'm just more concerned because the scar tissue that is underneath the skin, I don't know if that would affect it by piercing them. I don't want to have any, problems.
But you don't have scarring around. You have scarring around the nipple, but not over the nipple itself.
No, around the nipple, yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty much gone. It's been 8 years. It's pretty much gone. But
how do they look?
They look fine. They look way better than they did before. They're much more proportionate to my body. I felt like a big giant monster before.
I mean, but that's with clothes. With the clothes.
With clothes? No, they're fine.
They're fine naked.
Huh?
They look good naked.
I think so. They stand upright. They're not falling down. You know.
All right.
I'm just wondering because
Pardon me?
I'm just wondering. It's you don't want to decorate
No,
an ugly
the
Christmas
thing
tree.
is, I like them a lot better.
That's true.
Now.
You don't want to put that big star on Charlie Brown's Christmas tree.
Don't put the knocker on the door if you haven't painted and varnished it.
Don't hang a chandelier in an outhouse.
Yeah.
I think that's what Dicky's
Yeah, that's
saying.
what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Exactly. Once again, you've crystallized my thoughts perfectly. Thank you.
Teresa?
Yes.
All right. Here's the problem I have with the nipple piercings. It doesn't help. It doesn't help. Drew and I have spoken about this many times.
Many times.
It hurts. It hurts a little bit.
Well, I have no.
Well,
feeling.
on the air.
I have no feeling.
Already because of the procedure.
Yeah, because they actually had to remove my nipple because I was so large, and I went down to a C. So that was, probably two cup sizes.
So
they had to actually remove the nipple.
Did they rebuild it or just move it?
Yeah.
They rebuilt it. Wait.
Well, because it was quite a bit larger than it is now. It was probably silver dollar size.
Oh, those are nice.
I like that.
Yeah.
Silver dollar's not that big. For C cup, it's.
Well, no. Before.
Oh.
Before.
Oh, what? Wait a minute.
Wait, what's okay? Silver dollar. Wait, silver dollar.
Who is number one?
That's Minka. Silver dollar was the size of your areola before the surgery?
I think so. Well, what's a silver dollar? I don't use those.
How about
There's a Kennedy half dollar.
Silver dollar's inch.
Is it bigger
in
than
a
how
quarter?
much bigger than a quarter?
She's probably talking about the pancakes.
How much bigger in a quarter? 75 cents.
Yeah.
It's like 1.5, 2 quarters.
Okay.
Someone will call them with the diameter.
They were quite a bit bigger. So if they wouldn't have sized them down, I would have been all nipple.
Okay, so maybe it was the size of like the opening to a coffee mug. Yeah.
No, that's obscene. No.
That's too big. Well, that would be in sort of proportion if you had a triple D.
Well, no, that's huge.
All right, listen.
All right,
So
listen,
look, why do you want to monkey?
Silver dollar's not that big for a triple D breast.
Why do you want to monkey?
They were a lot bigger than they are now.
Why do you want to monkey more?
Huh?
Why do you want to monkey around with things more? You're lucky enough to have had a good cosmetic result.
I was just more curious.
You can still breastfeed, right? You can
no,
still,
I can't.
You can't.
No. I've not been pregnant, but the chances the doctor gave me were 75% chance that I won't be able to because they actually had to sever the because they had to remove it. Yeah.
All right, it's hurting my teeth. All right, don't get the piercings.
Your what?
My teeth. If you want to do it, you can do it. Who cares? Your nipples are essentially hood ornaments at this point. I mean, they don't help the performance of the car. They're not hooked to the engine. They don't do anything. They're like bad American cars that have fake ducts all over the place. Idiots, by the way. They don't do anything. So you can hang whatever you want from them, but I don't know why. Don't do it. Guys don't like it. And the guys that do like it, you shouldn't like. That's what I want to say.
What about the guys that their nipples are pierced?
I don't like those guys either, and I also...
We had to remove one from the Bosstones bus. He refused to put a shirt on.
When those guys who pierce their nipples and then walk around shirtless constantly, I find it an attack. To me, it's offensive.
Personal, yeah.
I do, because now it's like, hey, Dick, now I got to stare at your nipples. You understand? Like, I wouldn't have noticed your nipples before, but you're begging me to stare at your nipples, and now I'm staring at your nipples. Yeah. Is this what you wanted? Because mission accomplished, you jack-offs. Now I'm staring at your stupid nipples. Put your goddamn shirts on, everybody. Please. You drive me nuts, all you screwballs with your crazy tats and your nipple piercings, and just stop it. Let's go home and stare at yourself in the mirror, or kill yourself, or start a band, or do something that draws attention. No offense, Dick. Don't do the nipple piercing thing, and if you do, keep the shirt on, you pussies. I can't stand it. I hope it gets caught on a pullover, and your nipple ends up in the crew neck of your sweater. That's what I hope.
I think the doctor will agree with me. The male nipple is probably one of the most disgusting things on earth.
I'm a guy who likes some nipple play. I have sensitive nipples. I enjoy nipple play. I don't make any bones about it. I don't apologize to you or anyone else. I don't mind nipple play, but I don't like the bone going through it. I don't like seeing that.
There's no worse thought than you having your nipples played with.
Listen, I know, but just in general, to all guys, put your shirt on. Next caller, put your shirt on.
Just in general to all girls, don't play with Adam's nipples.
No, please do. All right, let's take a break. Dickie from the Bosstones here. We're gonna play that Bosstones song as soon as we come back. Oh yes, after this.
Hello, this is your radio. LoveLine will be right back.
Hey, everybody, LoveLine. I'm Adam. That's Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. A Jackknife to a Swan's the name of the new CD from the Bosstones. It is out. Go get it if you haven't already. Dicky Barrett is here. Front man for the Bosstones. And we're going to hear something off those Bosstones new CD in 1 second. Yeah? Oh, is that the last one, Anderson? First off, it is... first day of fall today.
Yeah, right.
And it was 112 degrees in this godforsaken wasteland we live in. And my new thing is now, the cars have the little computer on it. You can punch in the gas mileage. You can punch up the trip timer. Oh, yeah. I punch exclusively on the heat, and then I drive around the city like a madman.
Staring at it.
And monitor the zones. Yeah. One, like an insane man. And I'm so obsessed with it. 112 in the city of Van Nuys. 112 it got up to. And
according to your car.
Listen, this is pretty accurate. It was 106 in Pasadena. It felt like a huge relief when it got down to 98.
I had have a stationary thermometer at the house in the valley, and it was 105 in the shade. And that's amongst greenery and in the shade and everything.
How does it work? What's hotter, the valley or...
The valley. Valley's 25 degrees hotter. And
it's ridiculous.
Sucks.
And
it's a desert.
Absolutely. We're living... There's a damn fire where we're living.
Oh, yeah.
So we got smoke. I would think about this.
Does the air condition, does the famous LA smog, does that make it hotter?
No, but there's a marine layer that keeps the heat in.
Yeah. Would that be there with or without the smog?
Without the smog, yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
It's at the greenhouse, really. The
It's
valley.
so nice in Boston right now.
Oh.
The leaves are about to New England. The leaves are about to change. That's what fall's all about.
Let's go.
Come on out.
Go.
Come on. I
on my way.
ask you guys all the time. Come on out. You can hang out.
Oh.
You know, I don't know what you guys fish. What are you fishing? You
I
like
would
to fish.
Yeah. I would fish. You know what I would do? I would tap a maple tree. You guys got maple trees?
Oh yeah,
That's
we
what
have
I
that.
picture myself
Yeah, we're
doing.
already busting into the LL Bean sweaters.
That's what I like.
Yeah.
I would take a sweater. I'd put one sweater on.
Yeah.
I'd tie one around my
Gets a little
neck and
chilly.
one around my waist.
I mean, I'm not saying it's cold, but it gets falling. And the leaves
falling.
It's nothing like apple cider.
Apple cider.
Would you like to go pick out a pumpkin with me?
I want to pick out a pumpkin. I want the apple
Yeah.
cider with a stick of cinnamon floating in it that I swirl it around. I use it
nice.
to stir up the rum. The
Yeah.
hot buttered rum that's in there. And then Dickie and I
They
hold
can
hands
wear one of
and we
those
skip.
plaid hats with the air flaps, but we're not putting the flaps down yet.
Not yet, but soon.
It's autumn in New England, my friend.
Oh, this is going to be
Yeah,
great.
and you guys are out here in wife beaters and
your
your nipples hanging out.
Getting out of a
amphetamine labs.
Oh.
Speed labs.
Oh.
Taking phone calls.
Oh. Okay.
Just to stay cool. Coming in here just to stay cool.
Let's hear
Two
something.
things. Will you come visit me in Massachusetts? Come on out, see the place.
I'd love
hang
to.
out, and will you come do the show at the Hard Rock Cafe or the
House
House
of
of Blues?
We got to do that.
We got to do that.
Come
Drew,
on.
but let's do something.
If you're
for
gonna
once.
break tradition, do come on. I've
Let's do that.
been a good guest
We'll
for
go.
100 years.
We'll sit in the cool room up there. We'll get drunk.
Yeah, they have a nice upstairs.
Band playing in the background.
I'll bring kids up
What do you
there and
think,
they can tell
Anderson?
you problems live.
Possible?
Anderson wants to do
It's
it.
totally possible. It's just
Let's
a matter
do
of
it.
Getting the okay.
All right.
Whoa.
We're
We're
talking.
not talking about going to Hawaii.
We're just talking about going
Yay.
to the House of
You've got mail.
House of Blues when the Bosstones are playing there in October on Thursday and doing that. It'd be a nice
This is
end to a
Willie the
week.
supervisor.
Yay!
Yay!
All right, let's hear a
You got the
Bosstones
Bos-
song. That's what we're
And
gonna
celebrate our idea.
do. Yeah,
Come see LoveLine.
and the Bosstones at the
Yeah,
House
together,
of Blues.
the where they should be at the House of Blues.
This one is called "I Want My City Back."
Up around 95, sailing down Star Drive, left exit into Kenmore Square. Slowed down when I got there, and that's when it was crystal clear. It wasn't there, it wasn't where I left it when I left there. I want my city back, back the way it used to be. I want it back the way it was. I looked around and found this doesn't feel like my hometown, and I don't like the way it does. Stepped out to take a closer look, held in with every step I took. The sadness I felt just to look around. And I looked up to the Cisco sign. You used to be a friend of mine. Do you agree with me? At one time, this was one such a great town. But now, I want my city back, back the way it used to be. I want it back the way it was. I looked around and found this doesn't feel like my hometown, and I don't like the way it does. How should I feel when the place where I first learned to go is no longer where I left it? When I left it, not so long ago. How should I feel? How should I feel? How should I feel? Well, I don't know. I want my city back, back the way it used to be. I want it back the way it was. I looked around and found this
the Bosstones, everybody.
That's my dick.
That's my dick.
Oh God, that was a good tune.
Yeah, that's good.
I didn't think I would enjoy that, and then I really liked it. I got into it.
I
danced.
I love them Bosstones.
Don't tell Ben, but I danced.
Oh, Ben.
It's his job.
Ben dancing on that stage.
You like the Bosstones, right?
I'm into the
You
Bosstones.
still work out boxing? Do you
Yeah.
wear a heavy bag?
Yeah, I do. What's my big Bosstones song that's on my
Rascal
boxing?
King is the one you used to like.
I got Rascal King on there, but I also have the first hit you guys had 10 years ago.
Oh, the Monster.
No, not the Monster.
The House. The one that bought the houses?
No, not.
Oh, yeah, you're
Knock
old
on-
school. You're like Someday I Suppose.
Oh,
kinda
Someday I
words,
Suppose.
Yeah.
I love Someday I Suppose. I love that song.
But the new ones are okay, right?
The new ones are great.
Yeah.
But the Someday I Suppose I didn't really get enough of when it was played in 1992 or whenever the hell that thing came out.
Are you subtly breaking my balls?
No.
All right.
No, see, this is the problem. If you tell somebody you like the new stuff, they go, well, what about the old stuff? And you tell them you like the old stuff, they go, what about the new stuff? Hey, I love Rascal King, and that's fairly new.
Right.
I like the new CD, but I love Someday I Suppose. It's a rockin' song.
I used to like Bertram on the early morning K-Rock show. Yeah,
Bertram. I know. He was funnier than I am. Listen, Anderson.
I liked your old stuff. That's
Where's
all I'm saying.
we got a Bosstones CD around here somewhere?
I can send someone to look.
Send someone to look and see if they can find it. They're probably never going to find that one.
Let him do a high five.
All right. Boz.
Yeah.
You're 20?
Yep. First of all, Bosstones have always rocked.
Thank you.
Rock on, Dicky.
Thank you, boss.
I have pretty much just a comment for the three of you guys and all these guys who've been calling on. I guess trying to win you guys over to the Lord tonight.
Yeah.
I think it's fairly humorous. I think, all this faith and this religion stuff. I mean, I've been through the whole seminary thing. I've done all kind of studying just for knowledge and this and that. And come on, everybody who's calling in about this, like, it's LoveLine. Let's hear about somebody's like penis getting crushed with a rock by their girlfriend or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's going to do what they're going to do. Your religion is based on someone making a decision willfully.
There's an interesting story in the Bible about a man's penis being crushed by.
That's right. I think Ham,
Yeah.
who begat Hezekiah, who begat Moab,
Yeah.
who begat
Moab penis.
Ezekiel, was stoned.
Yeah. With one of the original Moses
I mean,
tablets.
come on. I mean, I've been watching. I used to watch you guys on MTV back when MTV was cool,
Yeah.
Right on,
It
man.
lost its cool when we left.
Yeah, but I mean, come on. This is LoveLine. Let's hear some funny stuff. I've been laughing.
All right, buddy, but we hadn't talked about it for 45 minutes until your call.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. But
No.
isn't that his point?
He's fine. We like Boz.
Yeah,
I like
Boz
Boz.
is fine. We were talking about the Bosstones and breast reduction before Boz called and reintroduced the whole religious part. Jacqueline,
Yeah,
you're 19.
I am.
What's up?
Okay, my problem is that I was diagnosed with borderline personality disorder about 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And ever since I lost my virginity, I've kind of like gone really buck wild with it. And I did some reading on it, and I don't know if it's true, but is like a sex addict like part of the disorder?
Not addiction per se, but sexual compulsivity and a lot of sexual acting out, so to speak, is part of being a borderline very often.
Okay, so like having 34 like partners, I know that's like a lot for my age.
Yeah.
But is that like part of it too, though?
Part of what?
Part of me having borderline is like my way of acting out.
Well, what did I just say?
Well, you said that it's not so much it's just acting out.
That acting out sexually is often a part of the borderline personality syndrome.
Uh-huh.
And the way to think about it, basically, one of the sort of manifestations is a lot of feeling of emptiness, right, Jacqueline?
Yeah.
And a lot of difficulty being alone.
Yes.
And one of the ways to sort of fill all that and to manage one's feelings of emptiness is try to fill it with another person.
Are you cute?
No.
Wow. That's refreshing.
You sound cute.
I'd do you just for your honesty.
Yeah.
Even if you're
34 guys
unattractive.
think you are.
People think that I sound cute on the phone, which I get away with since I do telemarketing.
Oh, boy.
And then you hook up with some of these guys?
No, I do not hook up with anybody off of the phone that I do telemarketing with.
Right, but I know I asked if you're cute, and maybe that's what you're alluding to, but how do you hook 34 guys if you're unattractive?
I don't. I had a friend tell me that he doesn't think that I'm attractive, but the thing is, since he knows that he can get it, he'll get it from me.
That's the beauty of guys. Right?
Yeah.
What a delight.
Yeah.
Who's this, Cyrano de Bergerac? what a velvety tongue this guy has. You're not hot, but you can spread them. I'll tell you that right now. I just close my eyes and pretend I'm with an average chick.
Listen, baby, you're not hot, but you're here right now.
Yeah.
Every guy that I know, every guy that I know, they tell me that I have DSLs. So that's probably another
What?
reason why I have all these guys.
Dick sucking lips.
I see.
Exactly.
All right, but Jacqueline, oh my God.
Oh my God, Dickie.
What? I shouldn't have said that?
You shouldn't have known what that was.
I knew immediately.
Jacqueline, the other thing is one of the sort of sources of being borderline is having been sexually abused.
Yeah.
And that can also create sexual compulsivity and sometimes sexual addiction per se.
See, I hear you say that on like shows in the past. I don't have any sexual abuse.
Okay.
All right.
All right, so you really have just pure borderline.
I like the Don Juans she's getting, though.
Yeah.
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 Listen, baby, you're not cute, but you have the DSLs, and
that'll get you through any port in a storm.
Even if
hey, I ain't George Clooney neither, all right? So why don't you just leave the shirt on. Or pull the shirt over your head and just bend over.
Bend over.
Hang on to the urinal. All right, I'm done. You can leave. Let's. Hey guys, by the way, the part. See, like we used to do, or at least attempt, some sweet talking in order to try to get what we wanted.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Like there was a day when guys did that.
Yes.
And now guys are like
brazen.
Listen, could I have a BJ because I'm going into the service?
Right. Right.
Oh, and what about your friend?
Yeah.
She's kind of hot.
Yeah.
Could you two blow me?
You got the DSL, and you got the
yeah.
And you I know I could get
right
Right. So
you're in the room. So
right.
Why don't you get involved?
I'm too drunk to drive, and I'm too poor to call a prostitute. So could you start blowing before Sports Center starts? Yeah. What the hell is it?
Where do they get the nerve?
I don't know, but it works. If you're a screwed up chick, it works. I mean. Sweet talking doesn't work on the ones you're trying to get the BJ from the first night anyway. If you were going to get the BJ on the first night, the sort of grab a handful of hair and call her bitch is the way to go. I hate to say it.
In this day. I mean,
that's where the smart money
is.
We've
already established that I'm old school, but, you know.
Right. But he's no sellout. I'll tell you that.
He's a big boy.
Oh, do I love this song. Oh. Yeah.
There's the old school, right?
Yeah. This is old school Bosstones. What?
Are you subtly breaking my balls?
92, would you say?
I don't know. I think this is like 94.
93.
93.
93. Who said that, Anderson?
We're both right. Yeah. Yeah. We got to get it loud when it kicks in, though, Anderson.
Back
Drew,
in 93.
Drew, listen up here. God, love those horns.
Listen to this, though. Here comes the magic. Listen. The power tool sounds of when Dicky Barrett sings a song, it's forever his. Listen to that. Oh, it's like velvet.
All right, it's going to kick in now, Anderson. Come on. I know we're running late for break, but I really love this song. One day.
Sing along. Sing along.
Someday.
Rhythmically tapping on the console. Are you tapping out the horn parts?
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm tapping.
Combination of the vocal horn parts.
Get going. Give me another 30 seconds, Anderson. Come on.
Someday I suppose a place in time. I wanna be that's happy in the end.
It's like nails on a chalkboard.
So it's got like, oh, this is great. Someday. That's the way a drummer would do it.
Oh, yeah.
It's something called a beat that's involved out.
Oh, all right. I got to go in the next room, finish hearing this song.
If we only had a camera in here, man.
Dicky is here from the Mighty Mighty Bosstones. We're going to take a quick break and
You guys are
cue
great.
it up there.
You guys
Anderson.
really make me feel good.
Cue it up, Anderson. We're going to hear this during the break, and we'll be right back.
Hello, this is your radio. LoveLine will be right back.
Hey, everybody. Dicky Barrett from the Bosstones is here tonight. A Jackknife to a Swan is the name of the new CD. It is out. It doesn't have Someday I Suppose on it, but it's still a good CD. All right, I was rocking out to that song during the break.
It was very comical.
While Dicky and Drew were trying to have a conversation.
Yeah, there's no chance of that.
I always love that song. Mike?
Yeah.
You're 15?
Yes, I am.
What's up?
Well, first I wanted to say, Dickie, the Bosstones rock my socks off.
Thank you, Mike.
Drew, you are the smartest man alive.
Yeah,
And Adam.
and Adam's really funny.
Yeah.
I am the smartest man alive!
Yeah, actually, my question is kind of about this thing that happens, like, when I'm around my girlfriend. Like, it doesn't happen all the time, but sometimes, like, when I'm kind of nervous to see her, like, right when I see her, like, for the first 5 minutes or so, I'll feel kind of, like my stomach feels kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're going to vomit?
Yeah, well, I've actually thrown up twice, but...
In her presence?
No. No, I had enough time to, go off and...
But on her presence once during Christmas time. When
on her presence.
She was in the
I see.
When she was in the
Yeah,
kitchen.
yeah.
Hey, Drew, what is that? Like, you hear about guys vomiting before football games or things like that. I mean, I know it's nervous stomach, but why do some people get nervous and then other people actually have that reaction where they actually vomit? Are they more nervous than someone who's just nervous, or they have a condition?
They are probably more nervous. And your body, when it's preparing for something monumental, unloads itself. You can pee yourself, you can vomit. It's preparing to move.
Getting a handy at the movie theater is not preparing for battle.
But some reason this is overwhelming. It's traumatizing to him to be in the presence of somebody he really cares about.
Right.
I know it's hard for you with no engine running to understand that, but
yeah. I yawn.
Yeah, right.
I really mean it. Always could hear the coach before the football game. Am I boring you, Corolla?
Oh, my God.
No, it's just the way I deal with it. Well, actually, that stupid story about the Eskimos killing the seals, I've heard it for 5 seasons now. Hey, Mike?
Yeah.
Do you get nervous doing other things?
Not really. After it's like about 5 minutes, I'm fine.
All right.
And I don't really have any reason to be nervous.
No, I know. But, part of it is that you said to yourself after you did it the first time, this is how it's going to be. And maybe that's a lot of it. We should all... I wish I could get that vomiting feeling back in my relationship, and I know we all do. I'd love to just heave on the old lady just one time, and not booze-driven.
I don't know. If I was getting busy at 15, maybe I would have been nervous, too.
Yeah.
I had a paper route.
Yeah.
You get nervous about the stack of flyers that got dropped off at the last minute.
Sometimes insert day.
The inserts.
Yeah, it's tough. And then the Sunday paper. I wet myself every Sunday morning.
I was such a retard that I didn't have my own paper route, but I would get roped into doing my other buddies with them.
I was on vacation? Oh, you take it with you?
I'd do theirs on vacation for no compensation, and I'd do that thing where they'd be like, you want to sleep over Saturday night? I'd sleep over, and then the alarm would go off at 4:30 in the morning. Like, what the F? Sunday papers here. We got a Sunday, that's a small one, right?
Which of your friends had a paper route?
Brian Wood.
I knew it wasn't Ray or Chris. Or Wheeze.
Well, Ray had one, but he used to just dump them in a dirt lot and still try to collect the the money.
Was that just Family Shoppers, or was that a real?
His was like my buddy Brian had like the Green Sheet or the Herald Examiner or something like that. And it's crazy names, these papers, by the way. But yeah, I'd get roped into pushing the shopping cart and throwing them from door to door.
I had a good route, and then I sold to a younger kid. I sold my paper route for like $200.
Really?
Yeah, and then what I did, when he had the route, then I went around on collection day for the next couple weeks and collected the money up on him.
What about,
because they still expected to see me there.
What about the part where the guy gives you a hard time
unacceptable
on collection day?
Yeah.
You know, the guy, it's like, hey, it's 29 cents an issue. You owe me $4.56, and the guy starts chewing you down. The thing landed. The sprinkler got the Sunday paper last week, so that's $1 right there. It's like, you listen, you a-hole. Give the kid $10 and send him on his way.
This is what you do. This is what we did. East, over in the East. You take a McDonald's cup, one of the big ones.
Right.
You pack that with dog crap.
Right.
And then you put an M80 in it.
Nice, nice.
You put it on his doorstep. You
Right.
light that, ring the bell. It covers half the house usually.
That is a smooth move and a class move, by the way.
And then you go up and you put the dime that he tipped you, right, and you put that right where the cup was.
And hopefully it lodges into his eye socket.
No, you just leave that there as a reminder. Give me a minute. One guy stiffed me on a snow shoveling job.
Yeah.
And for the next 11 years.
Hold on, is that gay slang, or are we actually shoveling a driveway?
Shoveling driveways.
Okay, because
and for the next 11
gay
years,
slang out here.
He got his garage window broken. We were walking through there at 21 years old, and we were breaking his garage window. Why are we doing this? Oh yeah, back in 1974.
Oh yeah, he
ripped you off.
It does not pay to screw with neighborhood kids if you're going to have your RV parked out front of your house for the next 10 years, and these a-holes are riding their bikes and skateboards up and down the street. Don't stiff the kid for $3.
No, this guy fixed his garage window more times than he would.
Thousands he spent on that. All right, let's take ourselves a little break. I intentionally used the term Jew down to see if I'd get a reaction out of either one of these two in the room, and no reaction. Interesting social.
I didn't know what you meant. I didn't know what you meant.
Interesting social experiment. Anderson knows what I'm talking about. Noted. We'll take a break.
He Christianed me up.
We'll be right back.
All right, guys, here's the deal. You looking to hook up, sick of wasting time with the wrong person?
Dateline. One call's all you need to make.
Call the Dateline. 877-889-DATE.
Call the Dateline. Oh yeah, everybody now. LoveLine will be right back.
Hey, everybody, LoveLine. That is it. Time always flies when you're having fun.
Where does the time go, huh?
Oh, yeah. Well, we're going to eat lunch tomorrow, Dickie.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You call me.
I'm paying.
You're busy. I'm not. You're paying?
I'm paying.
It's your turn, right?
It's my turn.
Yeah.
They write your number cell down there.
I gotta do it
Don't
during the
say it
show?
out loud. You can write it down without saying it out loud, right?
I don't know. Who cares? Who's going to call me?
Oh, America. That's the show, everyone. David Allen Greer, or Dag, as I like to know him, a dear friend, is going to be in here Wednesday night.
He's funny.
Oh, he's great. Yeah. And Jackknife to a Swan's the name of the CD, Bosstones. Go get it if you haven't already.
Thank you, Drew. Thank you, Adam.
Always a pleasure. And until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
Wah! 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 This has been LoveLine. The opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the staff, management, sponsors, or this station. The producer for LoveLine is Ann Wilkins Ingold. LoveLine is a presentation of Westwood One Entertainment.